Alright, it's time for you all to take a break from your day, and it's time for us to talk some love here on Talking Love. Now, on this show, we're going to talk about breakups, relationships, new relationships, the do's, the don'ts, dating, all that kind of stuff. But in the first episode, I want to talk about breakups. Now, there are two kind of breakups. There's a mutual breakup. Then there's a breakup when one person made up their mind they're out, while the other person's like, what? Now, the problem with the second one is that the person who wants to be out of a relationship doesn't have to really tell the other person or talk with the other person about it, because their mind's made up, their mind's made up. Now, there are some situations where one person may want to see if there are certain things that are fixable. And if they are fixable, then they could talk it out to see what went wrong, what can change, who has to do what to make this work. Now, mutual ones are self-explanatory. Two people decide they both no longer want to do this, and they both want out. So there really is no real bad guy or someone really feeling bad. But of course, there probably is some form of feelings that they're sad it's over, but it's almost like a clean slate. But when you're in a situation of somebody wants out, someone wants in, that can be a little tricky and a little more difficult. Now, one of the biggest problems is that someone who wants out of a relationship may tell themselves that this may be best for the other person as well. Sometimes someone may be going through things in their life that's outside of the relationship, and the relationship may not be perfect, may have some problems, but it may be adding some stress that they don't need, or they can't fully commit to it at this moment due to other life situations. Truth is, it also could be someone else. You never know if you're the outside person sometimes, because sometimes you're never really told. Most time is I want out, because sometimes someone doesn't want to explain the reason why, so that it's not a real discussion about it, or they may not want to create a situation where the other person could change their mind because they've already made up their mind that they want out. Now, one thing you have to understand is sometimes when you want out of a relationship, you think that, like I said, you may be doing for the other person and that you're doing good because of the fact that you may be going through something and you don't want to put the problem off on them, or you don't want them to feel neglected or hurt or anything. But if there's someone who really is in the mindset that they want to be in that relationship, then the problem is that you're not really fixing a problem, you're causing a new problem and possibly a worse problem. So imagine if you tell someone, now you can focus on school, now you can travel, you don't have to worry about dealing with my problems, and you're thinking that it should be good news for them, that they should be happy and excited in some form of way. But the other person may now be in the mindset of, oh my goodness, I don't want to do anything. It may cause some depression, breakdowns, just other problems that take them away from the things that you thought they can do well. They may no longer want to be in school or go after their career or do exciting things because they're so focused on this. So you have to understand that there are possible consequences that when you break up with someone, if the other person really wants to be in a relationship, there is no good breakup. There's more so bad. It can't end on a clean slate. Now, when it comes to a breakup, you have to be able to tell yourself that you've explored every form of option. You even have to be looking in the other person's mindset. Now, when you think about a breakup, think like you're at work. And let's say your boss is ready to fire you. If you walk in there with every reason why they should keep you, and every reason is a good, real reason of why you should continue to be employed by them, if your boss already has their mind up, no matter what you say, it can't work. Because the one thing is, a lot of people don't want to admit that they're wrong or go back on what they say. Not trying to say that they'd rather live in a lie or anything like that, but some people may not want to look like they could easily change their mind, but you don't want someone to feel pressure into changing their mind. Never get back into a relationship or be in a relationship so that someone else is happy. It's not a reason to get back in a relationship. It has to be something you all both believe in. There's something actually there. Now, if you get back to a relationship because someone's happy, you're going to be miserable and it's going to show. No offense. Look at Trump and his wife. You can tell she's a very, very unhappy woman. But she's doing it to make him happy. But you see her face, that something ain't right, and you don't want to be in that situation on your own. Now, a big question is, let's say someone dumps you, and you really, really want to be in that relationship. Well, when do you give up if there hasn't been a change? It's a tricky question. I myself am dealing with something like that. Shockingly for me, I've been trying to fix things for about 5 months now. I've had times where I felt things can really be fixed and this is going to be great again. I've had times where I'm like, I don't think there's anything I can do. But there's always that part of you that says you want to go after this, you want this. So it's hard to say when you should give up. I guess the only time you should really give up is inside, when you just feel like it's just 100% not worth it. Now, some people may try to play I'm not going to say it's a trick, but it's almost a system to kind of give you a hint of what's really going on. Because what really depends on when you should give up or not is if you have any form of signs or beliefs that the other person could change their mind. I mean, literally change their mind, not just, oh, I hope they will, but they might have said something that may give you actual hope. And at the same time, they may say something that gives you complete no hope. But don't really go off of other people, because I've had a lot of people say, oh, you should give up. Sometimes like, yeah, you're right. And sometimes I'm like, you don't know what it really is or was. But I'm only going from my point of view. Other person can have a completely different one. But back to what I'm talking about is sometimes you never want to completely let go, but you don't want to seem like a stalker or a creep or dangerous or anything like that because you believe in it. Honestly, if you believe in it, never give up. But never do anything that makes it weird, uncomfortable, or a serious situation or threatening it. Never do anything like that. I mean, the thing is, if you are lucky enough to get a relationship to be fixed and get back on track, you have to let go of the past. And what I mean by that is, let's say someone cheats on someone else, or someone lied about something, something like that. If it was disagreement, it really won't add too much to it. But if it was something where someone actually did something that caused the breakup, you have to, if it was cheating, if you seriously believe this person won't ever cheat again, that they really did feel bad about it and they really want to be in this relationship, then you have to forget the fact, not say forget the fact they cheated. You can't hold on to that if you both are going to get back together and move on. Because if you do that, then you're in a situation where it's just stuck in your mind. You can't move forward because you're thinking about the bad. You have to be able to just put it to the side and focus on what is now. Because then there's no way of both being fixed. Sometimes, I'm trying to tell you, when you think something is unfixable, they are fixable. If your mindset is in the right mindset. Like I said, never do it just to make somebody else happy. But never do it in a situation where you may regret it. If you're going to do it again, be in it, be involved. Really try. And I think it can actually work out for the both of you. So pretty much that's something you really, really have to think about when it comes to breakups, moving forward or not. You also have to understand that things you do can be more effective. Things you do can really impact someone else. So if you used to talk to someone all the time and you just dramatically stop talking, you can't expect things to be good if you want to come back in a person's life. Because some people do use that as a form of giving you a hint that they're done, where they may no longer communicate with you. Almost like you don't exist or they don't exist in your life. Trust me, that is not a good feeling. And I mean, yeah, it may be a drastic way to prove a point, but you don't know how that can really impact somebody else. But end of the day, you want to get a point out, and it's just one of those when you want to make certain decisions, you have to really, really think about: is it worth it? Is it fixable? And honestly, if someone like in my situation is trying to fix something for over a month, over 2 months, they may really be serious about they want to make this work. They want to fix it. On the other hand, if someone for over 2 months is trying to tell you they don't want to do this, they may be serious about they don't want to do it. So it's kind of a clash. You have to do what's best for you. It's just one of those interesting scenarios you have to really think about and you have to try to maneuver through. But yeah, for this show, that's it. That's the topics we're going to talk about. We do have other episodes coming out. I'm going to have special guests. We're going to follow people on dates at times, talk to different couples, get guys' point of view on certain things, females' point of view. The show isn't about breakups. It's also, like I told you earlier, it's about trying to understand love, understand relationships, the goods, the bads, how to fix things before they're broken, how to move forward, how to keep the past alive. There are a lot of things we'll keep getting back into as the season goes on. But for now, that is the end of episode 1. We will be back very soon with episode 2, and we're going to really look into the topic of, can you be in a relationship with a friend? And also, can you be a friend with someone you were in a relationship with? So those will be coming up on the next episode, and by then I should have my first guest. Until then, we've been talking love.